Okay, let me tell you something. I'm always doing laundry because you don't know what mildew is.
I burped. Sorry.
Yeah, mildew stinks like your burp.
Yay Networks.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 5. Today we are going to talk about real life things.
Well, we each have a couple things written down, but yeah. Things that do with real life. Do you sleep with your partner?
And we're not talking about sex. We're talking about like sleeping in the same room.
We're going to get into that.
And then we're going to talk some reality because I know a lot of you wanted to hear about Jeff's take on Vanderpump.
Yeah.
And then some of the shows we're watching.
Yeah. And who knows if we're going to stay on the rails here because Jordan tends to, and we don't want it too structured, right?
No, we don't want structured at all. I mean,
what do you mean at all? By the way, yeah, look, I'm not wearing my usual podcast outfit today.
I know people are always like, Jeff always looks so nice and Jordan like looks like she rolled out of bed. And I think that's the best compliment ever.
Well, I didn't have to work today.
It.
I had meetings at work today, so I didn't have to go on air. So this is how I dress when I'm not on air.
Yeah, but it's going to be a random, fun episode today.
What else is new? All right, let's jump in. I guess the topic that I think a lot of people talk about, do you sleep in the same room with your partner? Not sex, because you need to have sex. Let's get that out of the way. You got to make time for that.
Spin it this way. Do you sleep in the same room as your partner or not and still maintain a good sex life?
And have a 6 and a 4-year-old. Okay, so let's get into this. Because a lot of people on paper, if you said that, they'd be like, that relationship's never going to work.
No, it works for us. We don't sleep in the same room.
As of late, because you've gotten into a bad habit with the kids.
No, this has been going for like over a year. I don't like sleeping in the same room with Jeff because when I go to bed, I like it cold, dark, fan on. Jeff's the opposite. He needs to have the TV on, and normally it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's what he's watching. I cannot listen to that before I go to bed. All it is someone yelling. I can't listen to that before I go to bed. And it's just angry. And then it's hot in there. Like, I like a box fan or ceiling fan. You don't like that.
No, I don't like getting blown out of the room. You put it on high,
yes,
and like it chaps my lips, and I wake up like with dry eyes. It's too much for me.
But I
don't mind a little, like, you know, like a little something going on. But I can't just lay in the dark. You just could lay there and be like, and close your eyes. If my mind goes racing to 10 million different things, and I'm like, man, is this going to be like when I die? Is this like a cough? And I'm like, I can't. And I have to put on like something funny to get my mind at ease and then kind of drift off the bed. Because if I don't, my mind will keep me up.
But and for me, if the TV is on, that means I'm awake and my mind is racing. If I have everything off, I just lay on my back and I can relax.
Okay. Okay, this is interesting because my mind races and it keeps me up. Where do you float off to in the pitch dark?
I go to Peaceland. I mean, I just like lay there. It's so nice.
But what do you think about? Like mountains, the water? Like, what do you think about?
No, I just shut my eyes and it's relaxing. I've talked to kids all day or I've talked to you. And
so you don't have a thought? You're like super zen? That's like what Buddha, they're like, don't think about anything, like in yoga. And as soon as they say, don't think about anything, I'm like, I just think about stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't shut it off.
No, I say my prayers and then I don't think about. I don't want to think about the day. I don't want to think about anything. I just lay there on my back and it's like a relaxing time.
That makes a lot of sense. So you don't think about our bills that need to be paid? You don't think about packing lunches for the kids?
Because all of it's done before I go to bed.
Who do you think does that?
Me. What do you mean? I have to have everything done, and then the house is clean.
That's a gift.
Yeah.
To lay there and not have a thought in your head. For real.
No.
It's pretty, like, it must be a... like relaxing life. It must be a relaxing life.
Thing is pillows. Like I need pillows, and I like to surround. I got them like up by my head. I got them beside me.
Yeah, that's another thing. I need one pillow, and it's got to be from Target. Like the cheapest $5 pillow that you could get. That's what I like. I don't understand Mr. Pillow, how he makes money, or all these big pillow. One side's cool, one side's. I don't even understand. It breaks my neck. I'm like laying there. Don't you wake up with like a cramped neck?
No, I just sleep so good, and I just like need. That's another thing why I don't sleep with you either. One little touch, like if my foot touches.
Yeah, don't touch me when I'm sleeping. It like aggravates me. I'm like, dude, what's up? We did our thing. You stay on your side. Don't touch me. We just touch each other. That's enough. Why do we get so real on this thing? Like all barriers are broken down, and we just go after each other.
I don't know why it makes me laugh. Like it's just like you're like, did you touch me?
Because I'm like, dude, what's up? We have a jumbo-sized bed. It's like, stay on your half.
And so I choose not to sleep with you. So
Well, now I get it. Now that we broke it down, there are many reasons why.
I just enjoy being asleep.
Wow, I don't know if we're ever going to get back to the same room after that conversation.
Because I always think about that. I'm like, when our boys graduate college, I'm like, I'm taking Lawson's room because it's a mother-in-law suite or whatever Lawson's room is, and I'm like, I'm just. I'm moving.
No, we'll get back. But sometimes we're on different schedules too. Like I got to get up early. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, I'm going to watch this or something.
No,
I think it's healthy. I know that most people out there are probably like, it's not healthy at all. But imagine like back in the old days, they had like they didn't even have like twin beds. It was just like one single bed, and you slept with your wife on there with like the yarn blanket that your grandma made. You know what I'm saying?
Now that you said that, okay,
like,
wait.
How did they do that?
My grandparents are in
their
early 80s. Your parents are like 70s. And it's funny, though. If you look, like my grandparents, when I see them sleep, if I walk in, my grandpa is on his side. My grandma's on her side. It's perfectly neat still. And they're both like this. And they have one pillow laying on their back. Your parents are the same way.
Yeah.
Like
I think you train yourself.
Yeah.
No, for
They
real.
have one pillow because when they visited, they were up in Lawson's room and they had one pillow because I had four pillows.
Did my parents had one pillow?
No, like one pillow apiece.
Oh,
and
I was like, who shares a pillow?
No,
That's insane.
Lawson has 4 pillows up there. But your parents, and the way they make their bed, it made me laugh, is exactly how my grandparents make their bed. The pillow's not up, like propped up, the pillow's down. And it's just like how older people make their bed.
I never noticed. What an interesting
I noticed
conversation.
that. And I don't know, because it made me think of my grandparents. But it's your parents aren't that far off in age with my grandparents.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just different generations do things differently.
That's what I'm saying.
And so I don't know if the older generation, if you told your grandparents, like, you know, the last year I've been staying with the boys, he probably would think that something's wrong. For sure.
Probably, but you know what? Being for real, whenever, maybe this led up to it as well. When we had Lawson and we were in that small apartment in Santa Monica, that we would take shifts. We only had one bedroom. So one would be on the couch at all times, one would be in the bed.
And one room was boiling hot and the other one was air conditioned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then when we moved to Denver, that apartment, same thing. When Lawson slept on a cot on the floor because he didn't want to sleep in his crib, I slept on the couch and you slept in the bed. So, I mean, our whole sleep thing is
when I was working way more hours. And you need, like, for me, too, I guess I'm getting older, too, but it's like, if you don't sleep good, it's like your next day is off, you know? And
you're
if we're tossing and turning.
So that way. I'm used to not getting sleep and being up. You're the one that if you don't get sleep, you're, like, really crabby.
Well, I like to get up early and get my things done, like work out, knock all that stuff out. And if I don't get a good night's sleep, I'm up all night. I don't wake up and then I'm mad that I didn't work out, and then it just other things. I'm driving and people in general just get on my nerves. So.
Welcome to my world.
All right. I think we got that first
Yeah.
part. Let's take a little break, regroup, maybe take a nap in different rooms, and then we'll be right back. So welcome back. We were just actually laughing, giggling about things that bother us during the break. We're going to share some of those because I always think it's funny of like, we've been together a long time, and there's those little, I have a long list of things that bother me, but I'm just going to share a couple, and I'm interested to hear yours.
Oh my God, mine's like 100 pages, but you can go first.
Okay, yeah, I'll start. Make me feel better. What's up with you putting giant things in the dishwasher?
Oh, because I don't want to wash them.
But it's a giant salad bowl. And like you put a giant salad bowl and a giant pan and there's not room for anything else. If you just took 2 seconds to wash that, then you could fit 20 cups in there.
You sound like my grandparents.
Okay,
When you do
it's
that.
this problem.
Really?
Yeah, it drives me crazy. And then when I see it, I take it out and I wash it.
Oh, well, it's getting done.
Touche. So there's no fixing that one.
No. Because I get tired of cleaning. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not getting washed. So go on. What's number 2?
No, your turn. I'm just going to pile on.
Oh,
I was wondering, that has to drive other people crazy too. Maybe it's just me.
you in the bathroom, you'll open up, let's say he goes to Costco and he opens up, he runs out of shampoo and he buys a new bottle of shampoo. He takes the big shampoo bottle and puts it in the tiny little trash can. There's no room for anything.
What do you want me to do? Run downstairs naked?
There's no room. Just like you're saying with the dishwasher.
You're
There's
right.
no
You're right.
room. The only room for a Q-tip or something.
You're right. I do that because I notice I do that, and I do. But what am I supposed to do? Like go all the way downstairs? I just whip it, and I'm like, all right. I guess kind of like your salad bowls. I guess we both got to work on that. I didn't know you noticed that. It's true.
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. It annoys me so bad. I get so... And so you wait till I eventually.
Yeah, it sounds like a you problem, just like my sink.
I have to take it downstairs, and every single time I'm like, "He can freaking take the thing downstairs," and I get so mad. And then, yeah.
That's a good one. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. All right. I don't know why that made me laugh too. When you said Q-tip, it's true. Sometimes I just throw a Q-tip and it bounces off the shampoo, and I'm like, damn, I should have threw that shampoo bottle away. That's happened before. Anyways, okay, so I guess I was going to say something else. But speaking of, since everything's big, what's up with your gigantic to-go water cups that you put in a car and you fill it up all the way so you can't even hit a speed bump, otherwise there's water everywhere, and you don't even take a sip out of it the whole journey?
No.
Yeah, no.
You have to have water with you all the time.
Not that big.
Yeah.
It doesn't even fit in the thing.
Because maybe we need a bigger car. And it would fit.
Cup holders are universal. Your cup is too big.
To fix the problem, I'll look on Amazon. They have things for bigger cup holders that you can
I don't want more.
No,
the problem is I don't want a lot of things in there. I want less things in there.
Well, it's just I have to have.
But you don't even drink it.
I do sometimes. I think a lot of people. I don't know. I just have to have it. It's like habit. It's like if I have a panic attack or something, I get have it. You
need a water thermos full of whatever you put in there.
Yes,
and that helps your panic attack.
Always, or my mouth gets dry, or you cough. I don't know. I just have to have it. It's like habit.
Yeah,
it's like you with
I don't
coffee.
know. It drives me crazy.
And then
that's I'm done. I have a lot more, but that's good for today.
And then Jeff, mine is in the car. Well, I mean, I have a bunch, but I'll say this. The washer and dryer, you love to load in the washer, but you hate to, you're easy for throwing everything in the washer, and then you don't love to take it out because you don't want to fold it.
No.
And you say you do laundry. I'm like, that's not laundry. Anybody can just throw their stuff in. The hardest part with laundry is nobody wants to fold it. And you leave that for me.
Okay, let me tell you something. I'm always doing laundry because you don't know what mildew is.
I burped. Sorry.
Yeah, mildew stinks like your burp because you leave wet towels around and they stink. And that's like I cannot stand the smell of like wet towels that's been laying around for a day or two. And you'll just throw them in a pile.
Yeah, but do you not realize what I do? You throw those in the morning after your workout. And
because I don't want it.
And I see that it's yours and I get pissed off that you threw it in. So I just leave it in there.
And I put it in the dryer.
No, and then you forget about it the next day, and then it's half dry, and that's when it gets mildewy, and then you put your stuff in the dryer, so your stuff smells on purpose.
You have premeditated mold? You think about it? You're sick. You think about that?
I know. I purposely don't dry it, because I'm like, let it smell, because he's making me do all this laundry. And then you leave it and I fold it, and you just leave it where the TV is, and I'm like, well, he can smell.
What a jerk. That's diabolical. It's fucked up.
It's funny.
What's funny about it? My worst, I hate that smell the most. You think it's revenge to make me smell like mold? And you knew about it? All right. I'm vindictive. Something's coming your way.
It's true. I'm like, he keeps throwing all this stuff in. I'm not touching it. So I just let it stink.
What a jerk. All right. We better stop there before we get into a real fight. What an asshole. All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break and a break from each other. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, welcome back. I think we need a little break.
Yes.
There.
Do I have mascara? Smear down my eyes.
No, you look fantastic. I'm not telling you anything anymore.
What?
The mold thing got me. No, I'm just joking.
I have secrets.
You do. And there's breaks you revealed a couple more. Just same thing about the clothes. But anyways, enough about us and all of our problems. Apparently there's more than I thought there were.
Hidden.
Yeah.
I'm sneaky.
Under the moldy towels. There's a whole nother story. But anyways, we've talked enough about us and our relationship. Let's get into some other people's relationship. Some reality shows. One of my favorite, Vanderpump Rules.
Yes, Jeff I think my brother got Jeff started on Vanderpump, and not diehard, well, kind of. You get really into it. Yeah. I not so much, just because. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. What is it? Scandoval? Is that what they call it? Scandoval?
Yeah, the whole thing with Vanderpump. So I like Vanderpump because I used to live in Los Angeles 2 different times, and we've been to a lot of the places that they go to, or where it just brings back old memories. So when I watch that show, it is about them. Obviously, I like getting out of my own life and out of my own head. And listen, with everything been going on politically and all this other stuff, it's nice just to unwind and just watch nonsense. And we're reality TV people. That's what it is. It's nonsense. And just get out of your head and just watch someone else for a little bit. That's why I like it.
If they do marathons, is that what it's called? The marathons?
Yeah.
When they run old episodes, Jeff, before work, he'll come downstairs and be like, what are you doing? And he's watching the marathons. He's like, oh, I forgot about this. I love it. But it is, when you see old episodes.
Yeah. They
like
don't do reality TV like that.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
That stuff doesn't fly anymore because people are so offended by everything. And then you see all those old episodes and you're like, that's like when it was so good because it was real. It was raw. And people weren't holding back. People were in it. But going into the whole thing, well, who's your favorite? Or do you like them all?
I like Schwartz. I like Tom Schwartz, even though he just got to break up with Katie. And but I don't like him and Katie kind of get after each other. I hope people out there are listening because you're like, what are you talking about right now? Whatever. But James Kennedy, see, like
that guy makes me
when you
laugh.
talk about the old reality TV, James Kennedy reminds me of old reality TV. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? He gets it out there, and he's kind of got a temper like me, and then he regrets it later on, much like me.
And then he cries.
And then he cries about it. Yeah, like me. And he actually just sent me a birthday video. My last birthday, my work got me a cameo of him saying happy birthday. So
that's funny.
And I like him even more for that.
But the whole scandal, I didn't even know really the whole thing. Jeff was into it, and the girls at his work were into it.
Oh, it was a good rabbit hole.
I think you actually talked about it on your show.
Oh, for sure.
But my whole thing, I told Jeff, like I said, I don't watch it like everybody else. I like it, I watch it, but I don't get into it. They all sleep with each other. So what was the big deal that he cheated? Because it seems like every single one of them have slept with someone. Like, I didn't know that one girl dated James Kennedy back in the day. The one.
Oh, Kristen.
Yeah, I didn't know she was with him.
You want to hear a funny story?
Oh, yeah, Jeff. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
Yeah.
So I went for Daily Blast Live to go cover In Sync. They got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And so I went down there, and Lance Bass was an old friend of mine when I used to live there, and they weren't really doing interviews. Shout out to Lance. He gave us an interview for the show, which justified me going down there. And I love doing stuff like that, right? So we're staying right at this hotel, me and a producer from Daily Blast Live, and it's right on the corner of Hollywood and Highland. That's like where Hollywood, all the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame are. And we went inside. I was all done for the day. We went inside, and we're having lunch at the bar, and a lot of people were coming in and out from, whether it's press or whatever, things like that. So I turn around, and this girl, Kristen from Vanderpump Rules, came in to get a lighter, or she's like, hey, do you guys have matches? This was a couple years ago. And I was like, and this girl, Patty, one of the producers, I was like, oh my God, that's Kristen. And she loves Vanderpump Rules. And I go, hey, Kristen. Nobody else was in there. It was just us two and a couple people over there, and then Kristen. And I go, hey, Kristen. And she turned around, and I was wearing a suit. I looked nice, and she big shotted me and walked away. She didn't even stop and say, hey, what's going on, guys? I was going to pump her up or whatever, be like, hey, I love the show. And she went outside, and it was all the girls. Brittany, all four of the girls. Katie was out there. They were all ripping cigs. And I was like, oh, man, I don't smoke anymore, but I kind of want to go over there and have a cigarette with them.
For sure. She probably was
But yeah, they big shotted me. So I didn't like that.
No, she probably was like, this guy's trying to hit on me.
Trying what? It was in the daytime.
No, I know, but she didn't know you, and she probably was like, oh, she probably gets hit on a lot, or
hit on. I wasn't hitting on her.
I didn't say you were.
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't like the big shot. She
probably was like, who's this guy? And just was like, because you never know. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, well, they're probably really popular or famous in Hollywood.
I guess so. But I don't like so I think like the older days, it was just more reality of it all, and now I feel like some of them are getting like a bigger head, like once you lose that charm. Yeah, and it happened to me, to be quite honest with you. Like the second time we went back on Big Brother, I kind of felt like a different way. You don't feel like it the first time, but when you get a little notoriety or something like that, your 15 minutes, it kind of changes things. So anyways, the whole thing with the Scandoval thing, I was really down the rabbit hole with that, and I enjoyed it. And I'm interested to see what they do in the following season.
Because to me, from what I saw, like I said, I don't get really into it. They both seem like they didn't really like each other. I thought they had an open relationship, to be honest. I thought they just like didn't even care, but I guess I'm wrong.
They did. You're right though. When I did go to watch some of those marathons, like Jax slept with everybody. They need to bring Jax back, is what I'm thinking. I hope I don't, whatever. They need to bring him back. And he slept with everybody, and none of those other girls, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird how much attention Adriana got. She got so much. She did like 4 or 5 national commercials. She's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. She's everywhere.
Yeah, but what's the difference between? Is it because they're older, and then were they like talking about like marriage? Because it was a 10-year relationship. They had a house together. They were way more invested than just some kids in Hollywood having sex with each other. Because if you've worked in the restaurant business, everybody knows everybody sleeps.
Yeah, but they did. They were kind of like Kristen was with Tom earlier. I'm talking way over people's heads, I think, now. And they were all kind of, you're right, they were all kind of together. What makes this one different? I think it's the investment that they had, the house together, the 10 years together.
I want James Kennedy to get with Lala.
I think they're going to end up together.
I feel like they're meant for each other. And then Raquel, I don't really know much about Raquel.
Oh, Raquel.
Or they don't call her Raquel anymore.
Is she going to be back? She's got to be back. I saw that she wasn't, or they didn't finish their contract.
Maybe.
But listen, any good television show, reality show, there's got to be a villain. And Raquel, talk about getting a big head because of your 15 minutes. She injected herself in every single conversation this last season. And I feel like she got a big head because she got a little bit of notoriety and she wanted to prove that she could carry the show without James Kennedy. And I think she was willing to do whatever it took. Meaning, that's the way I saw it. But they need to bring her back for next season.
Okay, hang on. My thing too, another thing. So they got caught because he recorded a sexual thing they were doing on FaceTime, right?
I believe that's the story.
So if you don't want to get caught, if I was cheating on you, this is just me thinking, and I was doing something with someone on FaceTime, I would make sure that was permanently deleted. Why would I leave that in my phone? Why would I record that knowing that you could get caught?
Well, I don't think she knew that he was recording it. That's kind of a.
I'm talking about him. Why didn't he delete it if he didn't want to get caught?
Because he probably wanted to show people. Like, why else would you record that? Why would you record that? That's sneaky, right?
I would never record or send.
No, but if you're doing something like that.
But if I'm cheating, I'm deleting.
Right? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah. I wasn't
like he was cheating
You're
on.
right.
He's cheating on. What's her name? Adriana?
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that part. That's right. He's cheating too. I was just thinking about it like if you're doing a video with your partner. I wasn't.
No. I'm saying with Raquel, if he didn't want who's his
Adriana
girl?
Adrian?
Oh, I don't know what her name is. The blonde.
Yeah. What the hell's her name?
I have no idea.
Ariana. Yeah, Ariana. Why do we keep saying Adriana? Ariana.
If he was cheating on Ariana and you're recording that, you would for sure make sure that's out of your camera roll.
Yeah, what is the reason that he held that?
I would permanently delete that if I was if I was cheating, I would.
There's two reasons. One, blackmail purposes, right?
Really?
I don't know. And then two, to show people.
But then people would know he was cheating.
I think people knew.
Oh. Well, I don't know. To me, they seem like they never even really had a relationship. But like I said, I was never like an invested Vanderpump.
You're right. Why would you? People. First of all, I don't know our audience demographics, but why do people send naked pictures and videos of themselves and then they get surprised when it gets leaked somehow? And they're like, man, I can't believe that happened. Well, why did you take the picture? We've never done that. I'm not saying do whatever you want in your own relationship, but don't be surprised if those pictures get out if you're taking those types of pictures, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just me. I just don't.
I'm not a big fan of like, hey, man, take a look at this guy, you know? And then send it off.
See how long my dong is today.
And then we break up. What do you think's happening with that dong pic?
It's out there.
Yeah, it's going to dong.com for sure. For sure. Don't take the moral of the story is don't take those pics.
Yeah, but even I don't know. I just even Housewives. I got him into Southern Charm. And then even Southern Charm.
Below Deck.
You love Below Deck. Yeah. I'm just not, even Southern Charm anymore. I'm just not into it. It seems forced. It seems like they just need that storyline to get it going. And then it's like they don't even have drama, but then, I don't know. I just can't get into it. That show has lost a
little bit of its charm.
And
I am using that word as a
it used to be one of my favorites just because I'm from North Carolina, so I always liked watching Southern Charm. But now I'm like, meh, even Housewives, don't even watch Housewives anymore.
What's the show? Let's wrap it up a little bit here. Okay. What's the show, though, that you really like that I haven't watched with you yet?
So this is not a reality show, but it's on Amazon Prime. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty. Jeff was making fun of me. He was like, you watch the weirdest stuff. But it kind of reminds me in a way of remember we said Outer Banks? It's like young. Yeah. I feel like for a younger audience, like your niece probably loves it.
Oh, really?
Probably because she's going to be in college.
It looks like a teenager would
it looks like a teenager one, and it is like a little cheesy, but I don't know. I got so into it, and the girl is torn. There's two brothers, and she likes the one brother.
Kind of like the Edward Wolves?
Yeah, kind of like in love with the other brother. Anyways, you got to watch it. It's good. And
what's it called?
This summer I turned pretty.
Do you remember the show that's called This Summer I Didn't Pay My Amazon Prime Bill, and now we don't have Amazon Prime? That's a true story. What's up? We don't have Amazon Prime. I just go ordered like something and it's going to be here in October. Why did you pay that?
You're making me look like I'm so irresponsible.
Hey,
Jeff goes.
You know what? I'm just going to take a little nap. I'm just going to go to bed. Not worry about any of the bills I have to pay. I'm just going to go drift off here.
Jeff goes, why is that? Well, I go, I just finished This Summer I Turned Pretty. Why can't I watch it? It's not letting me. It keeps saying.
And by the way, who was on the computer in customer service? By the way,
2 hours.
Oh my God.
Jeff
for
was on
over 2
customer
hours.
service.
And they hung up on me 8 times. And that was just digitally. And they're like, bye. Let me give you someone else. Bye. I'm like, oh my God. All that come down to was I finally got someone. And they're like, it's simple. Your wife didn't pay the bill. That was it. 2.5 hours of my life that she couldn't watch This Summer. I fell in love with a teenager. And now we got no Prime. Everything circles back. I wasn't even thinking that until you said it was on Amazon Prime.
I forgot to pay for it. And I was like, shoot, because I don't buy anything off of Amazon, really. And I just forgot about it. I just didn't. Because I won't do automatic payment because I think I get scared that somebody's going to steal or they take more money out. So I won't do automatic payment. I'll just... What?
Oh, that's another one.
That's with anything.
That's another one. Hey, Jeff, could you Venmo them? Jordan, get a Venmo. I don't even know. She gives me names of people. I don't even know who they are. The last one,
I don't have Venmo either.
I gave some lady $8. First of all, I'm like, $8? You want me to Venmo?
These young...
And then it says, what's it for? And I have no idea who you are or what this is for.
These young girls in the neighborhood were selling bracelets, and I had to support. These young kids.
But everything you do, you're like, don't worry. Jeff will Venmo you. So I'm like Venmoing all these people. And
then my dad, because my dad Venmos you. Because he'll be like, Jordan, I sent you some birthday money. I Venmoed Jeff. But I just don't like it. Because my friend one time was like
paying people money that they're owed.
I saw Jeff got a haircut. And I'm like, that's so weird.
No, I don't. Usually I take that off. I don't know why that was on there.
Yeah, but she saw you got a haircut. And then they said something about people in your contacts. And I'm like, I've had my number since I was like 19 years old. And there's people I don't even want to talk to on there. So I'm like, that's weird. So I won't get Venmo.
What if it said on their dong pics? $2.50.
We do have kind of a funny story, but we're not going to share it.
About what?
Peyton.
What?
Peyton and my mom saw something Peyton wrote for a Venmo.
Oh, I forgot about that.
She thought Peyton was doing yeah, we won't get into that.
All right, let's wrap it up here.
Okay. Well,
that was an interesting one.
I didn't pay.
I never know how this is going to go. I wonder. I think it's kind of good. We got some frustrations out, maybe a little bit more than we wanted
Jeff
to.
Learned my secrets.
I learned some things.
And you made me look like I don't pay bills.
Well, you don't. You're diabolical. Yeah. I learned a lot today. I knew the bills part. I didn't know You remember not to put things in the dryer. You just don't remember to pay bills.
What?
Amazon Prime. Let's see if we have it next time. I don't think we will. All right. Like, subscribe, all that.
Okay. Like, subscribe, download, tag a friend. Follow us on Instagram at TogetherMess Pod. BB Jordan Lloyd.
Jeff Schroeder 23. We're going to get Downy Tide Pods to whatever. Those things I put in there to get rid of the mold.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I always think of Gronk. Tide Pods.
All right.
Kelsey.
Yeah. Okay, we're done.